When you refill a used inkjet cartridge, it could happen that it's difficult to insert the needle or the ink comes out from the refill hole, or after the refilling the cartridge leaks all ink from the nozzles. What happened? The problem is a sponge. Inside the cartridge there is a sponge. The ink is stored inside the sponge, but it's not a normal sponge. It's made of hydrophobic foam. Hydrophobic are special materials that do not absorb liquids on their surface and does not retain liquids inside them. They do not retain liquids because the ink must flow and do not absorb liquids to prevent humidity in the air from interfering with the delicate chemistry of the printer ink. This is why it could be difficult for the sponge to absorb your ink when you refill the cartridge, especially if you don't insert the needle well inside the sponge. The problem is that this sponge is not a real hydrophobic foam. It's made of cheap synthetic porous rubber that contains water-repelling agents. The water-repelling agents are mixed with the ink, and when the ink cartridge is empty, the hydrophobic agents are gone with the ink, and the sponge is a normal sponge that may not working as intended to do, releasing too much ink, for example. Moreover, if the sponge is allowed to dry out, it becomes hard. It will be difficult to insert a needle, and the ink will come out from the refilling hole. That's why it can be very difficult to refill an ink cartridge. It may contain less ink and may not perform as well as a new cartridge. What to do? Refill your cartridge before it remains completely empty could help.